Now, one of the things that we know about China is that obviously the government has been doing great work to ensure that the demand for EV continues to be on the rise, and they've been doing this by offering subsidies to those that are buying new energy vehicle cars in China. You will know that as it stands in China, people that are buying new energy vehicle cars can get up to 20,000 RMB worth of subsidies, which is something that obviously makes it very interesting and brings in the demand to the new energy vehicles. So NIO, together with other new energy vehicle companies, they've been benefiting a lot from this, and it is one of the biggest thing that is fueling, of course, the demand of the electric vehicle cars in China. I mean, the kind of subsidies that those that are buying engine combustion cars, it cannot be comparable to the kind of to these 20,000 that, of course, those that are buying electric vehicles or new energy vehicles are getting. I think, if my memory still serves me well, those that are buying engine combustion cars are getting 15,000 RMB worth of subsidies, whilst obviously those buying new energy vehicles are getting 20,000, which makes this point to be clear that China wants, of course, new energy vehicles to flood the streets of China. They want to do away or to go away with the engine combustion cars, and they want their streets to be filled with EV cars like Neo, Firefly, and Onvo, which is something that is very, very good. Now, China, it is not the only country that has been giving the tax benefits to those that are buying new energy vehicles. I mean, you will know that Trump or President Donald Trump, before he revised the bill for tax benefits to those that are buying of course, EV cars, they were getting there were some discounts that people that are buying EV cars in the US are getting more tax benefits than, I think, also engine combustion cars. And right now, the reason why I'm telling you about this, Germany, of course, and also a country like Germany, they have been giving tax exemptions to those that are buying full EV cars. This is not something that is happening in China alone. I've heard some people saying China is growing in terms of EV simply because they are offering tax benefits but into EV cars. But it is not only in China where this thing is happening. USA, it was happening. Germany, it's still happening right now. But it's just that with Germany, of course, people are still hesitant to go buy full EV cars, or the demand for EV cars is not as high as the demand for EV cars in China. And this is simply because of the insufficient infrastructure for EV cars that is out there. I mean, there was an article that was published, I think, late 2024, that was talking about the problem that is coming of people complaining about the infrastructures for EVs not being enough or sufficient in Germany, which makes it difficult for them to move from engine combustion cars into full EV cars, which in China, you know that in as much as that problem is still there, but it is fading away with time. I mean, Germany, in terms of the subsidy that they were offering, you will notice that, of course, they were, as seen on the screen, they were offering a tax exemption for pure electric vehicles that were first registered between May 18, 2011 to 31st of December 2025. So that incentive or that exemption was expected to, or it's expected to expire this year in December, but it appears that it has been extended to 2030, and all the people in Germany right now are going to continue enjoying these tax benefits until 2030, which thereafter, from 2030 to 2035, the tax on pure electric vehicles is going to be cut by 50%, or they are just going to get a 50% discount from the tax that they pay when they are buying new energy vehicle cars. Right now, they are not paying tax on pure electric vehicles in Germany, which is something that is very, very good. But even with this, we are not seeing a lot of participation or a lot of people in Germany buying new energy vehicle cars, because due to lack of infrastructure for charging these electric vehicles, like I highlighted to you. I mean, the penetration rate for new energy vehicles in Germany is currently, or for 2024, came at like what, 13.5%, which this was totaling 380,609 registrations in 2024. But on the other hand, if you go to China right now, the penetration rate, I think for new energy vehicles, it was over 40% last year, and this year, in fact year to date, the penetration rate for new energy vehicles in China has surpassed 50%, meaning that right now what we are seeing in China is that their new energy vehicle cars are selling more than engine combustion cars, which speaks volumes about the kind of a demand that we are seeing new energy vehicles putting for all to see in the market, right, or in the Chinese new energy vehicle market, which is absolutely great. And knowing that NIO, our very own, it's also participating heavily there and it's winning the market share, it's something that is very, very interesting. Look, international market is extremely important for NIO or for the Chinese EV makers, but unfortunately we've been seeing, of course, Europe making or introducing, of course, tariffs onto the Chinese new energy vehicle companies, where our very own NIO was hit last year around October, November with a tariff of 20.8%, which makes it very difficult for NIO to do well in terms of sales in Europe. I don't know how far the negotiations are, but we've been hearing updates here and there to say that there is a deal that is almost in place, but we have not seen the deal as yet. But nonetheless, these of course subsidies or tax incentives that people are getting in Germany, they were extended to 2030, and from 2030 to 2035 will be cut by 50%, or they will only be those that are buying pure electric vehicles will only be getting 50%, which is a very good initiative, honestly, regardless of, I mean, just of course not looking at the infrastructure not being sufficient. It is a very, very, very good initiative because it makes it easier for people to convert and go and buy new energy vehicle cars. I must just say it's a bit difficult for now in Germany for people to for a lot of people to convert into full EV cars due to the infrastructure that is still lagging, due to the infrastructure that is still not probably meeting the demand that is there. But anyways, I want to leave this video here. I don't want to make it too long. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price are going to be rewarded with time. NIO is a company that will do very well. NIO sells in Germany, NIO sells in Norway, NIO sells in Sweden, Denmark, and Netherlands in Europe. These are some of the countries that NIO is selling, but there are also other countries that NIO is intending on penetrating, Latvia and Hungary. There's also so many other countries that NIO is intending to penetrate before the end of this year, but the strategy they are using is different from the strategy that they first used in the countries that I mentioned for you just now. But I don't want to go deep into that. Like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.